Hello, fans. Welcome to another episode of Fictional Character Motivation. It's where we examine either the characters or the movie itself, and some anime series or some TV series. We examine those and see what we can pick up, what traits, what things we can pick up from that subject so that we can apply it to your real life, to your journey of life, to make sure you go on the right path. I'm your host, Quan, and today, as we've stated before, or as I as I stated before, for the rest of the month, we'll be diving into getting the wisdom from horror movies and how we can switch it around or see the inspirational, motivational take from them. And today, we'll be going into moving silently to your goals like Michael Myers. The very first Halloween came out in 1978. And that one Halloween spawned a number of sequels that I've seen probably multiple times. I've seen the first one, the second one, the fourth one, and the fifth one, sixth one, and when I'm raising it up, it's kind of going into like the 2000s or the early or the late 1990s. The seventh one and maybe and the eighth one, which as usual, nothing's better than the original. And the second one, although I will say it also spawned two awesome remakes from one of my favorite people, Rob Zombie. Shout out to Rob Zombie. Love most of his films, and I thought that he killed these remakes for sure. But getting back to it, so Michael Myers, famed mass killer whose trademark look is a Stan Winston mask, navy blue coveralls, maybe sometimes black, boots, and a wide blade chef's knife. But besides that, his other trademark is his supernatural strength, supernatural resilience. This guy can take bullets, can take knives, stab wounds, beatings, almost for days on end, and still keep coming at you like the weird Terminator. And he's supernaturally quiet. Actually, he's too quiet. And what I mean by too quiet, this guy at a comes in at 6'7". How many quiet people you know are that tall? Think about that. Most of the time, you can hear them coming a mile away, or at best, when they're trying, you can hear slight footsteps happening. But to be unbelievably ninja-like quiet at that height, that's some scary stuff. He doesn't talk. He doesn't whisper. At most, he might grunt or sometimes breathe real loud through the mask every now and then. But he's always quiet, both vocally and somehow steps wise, he's quite quiet. And besides, another supernatural killer that also has the quiet trait. I mean, he goes in quietly, as quiet as he can, does his thing, and then leaves. You know, and he's a straightforward guy. He goes in, does what he needs to do, walks out. Nothing happens. Nothing else should happen. Just does his thing. But and now, with that being said, we're going to gleam as to how we can take how we can pick that up from, you know, from what can we learn from that on how to move silently toward your goals. First thing, you notice this a lot. You know it's coming. Don't need to talk. Just do. Another quote, actions speak louder than words. Another quote, don't talk about it, be about it. There is, when we see him in most of his movies, he doesn't go hooting and hollering. He doesn't give you the look of, I'm going to get you. He doesn't make a wisecrack. He doesn't do any of that, really. He just comes at you with his weapon of choice. Most of the time, it's his knife. He just comes at you, does what he needs to do, then walks away. We can take from that by doing what our actions are. Like whatever your goal is, maybe you shouldn't tell everybody about that goal. Maybe you should tell one or two people that know they can keep it quiet and then pretty much keep doing it until you achieve that goal. You know? Maybe you shouldn't just, shout it out to the mountains. Sometimes that helps, but other times you can most likely just tell everybody just once, hey, I'm doing this thing. And then go do the thing. Sometimes that needs to happen. Another thing that we can pick up from him is number 2, don't get outside affirmation, get inner affirmation. Most of the time, what he does, he doesn't do it to, appease anybody outside, you know. It's not like he has any fans, But he doesn't do it for them. He does it for himself, you know? He doesn't need anything to go like, well, this and this happened or that and that happens. He does it from the inside. I need to take out this person because of this. They're in the way, whatever it may be. It's all in the mind. And when we really think about it, there's nothing stronger than something you can link to mentally and possibly spiritually almost. I mean, when you really think about it, if you think real deep on it, if you have a goal that connects to you, that pulls you from your inside, from your being, from your mental self, from your spiritual self, the claps from everybody else is just a bonus, really, because you're really doing it for yourself. You don't really need outside affirmation. You don't really need the whole, speaking of, I got this, I can do this. He already knows he got it. You can tell by his face if you see it. And the last thing we can learn from him. So we got the pretty much actions speak louder than words. Use your inner affirmations. And set your pace and stick with it. Sometimes he'll kill one person. Sometimes he'll take out 20 people, But most of the time he'll do it at his own steady pace. Especially when it comes to just how he comes at certain folks, just like he'll walk. There's no running. There's no really sprinting. There's nothing of that nature. He'll literally just, I'm just going to walk to you and just let that speak for itself. He knows that regardless, he's going to get there. I mean, he may know the shortcuts, he may know the other ways, but he knows he's going to get there. There's no, I should rush here or I should do this here. He doesn't focus on that. He's like, I'm going to walk. You're going to run. Eventually, I'm going to catch up to you. Eventually, I'm going to get you. And then that's how this works. So it's just stick to your own pace. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what other people want you to do or how fast they want you to go do it. You just focus on what you need to do and go do it. Be like Michael. She's not worried about this person getting, a head start. He's barely worried about a person, who pulls a gun out on him. Because just like, he's got enough of that confidence, that lore. And of course, that slight extreme durability, supernatural durability, to where he knows just like no matter what happens, I'm coming to get you, and that's the thing. So, hope these things help. Let's keep that in mind. So, to give a quick overview, how to quietly go after your goals is don't talk about your goals, just write them down. Go do it. Go after your goals. Go over something that's going to pull at you inner, inside, your inner affirmations, so you have that motivation on the inside to keep that going. So you have that fire burning coming from you. And don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Set your pace and stick to what your pace is. Stick to what your weapons are. Stick to what you know. If you need to improve, if you need to get more stuff, get more stuff. But other than that, don't worry about it. Do what you need to do. That's the thing. So I hope this helped. If this does, please let me know. Um, I know I pretty much have a podcast, but this goes out for my podcasters and the people on my YouTube. If you like these little talks that I have, these little dissections of motivation somewhere, these fictional character motivation podcasts, please let me know. Go to my YouTube channel, Mind of Quan. That's Mind, MIND, of OF, Quan, QUAN. Look for this episode and leave a like, leave a comment. I mean, if you feel that this can, you feel like this can be pretty much a new turn of events on motivation, by all means, spread the word. I mean, I like to, I like to pretty much help people, even if it's in a geeky film critic kind of way. Leave a comment, like it. This goes for, like I said, both the people who listen on my YouTube channel and the people who listen on my podcast. And if any of this hits in, please let me know. And stay tuned for more. I have pretty much a list of things, killers, monsters that I'm going to go through, that I have a inspirational, motivational spin that might be able to help you get through your journey in life. I'm your host, Quan, and I hope you have a awesome day. Deuces.